it's Joy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
Today is January 14th, and we're looking at pages 32 and 33 in our magazine. It's day 2 of our book club article called Something to Live For.Yeah,
我们今天要继续介绍好书俱乐部里面的这个重要的这个主题这个 Something to Live For 中文的书名叫做如何不孤独死去。我们昨天呢简短的提到了说，第一个他就是我们有主角 Andrew， 他本身的工作非常非常奇妙，对不对？然后第二个呢，他发现到说他的生活形态跟这些他帮助的这个独居者很相似，这些独居者就是很孤独的死去嘛，他也很担心说自己会不会结果也是这样。然后结果呢，第3段他们就提到说，他在他的生活当中出现了一个新同事叫做 Peggy， 好像感觉让他生活有了一点变化。那我们赶快来看看今天会发生什么事情吧。
Something to Live For. Something to Live For received excellent reviews because it deals with themes that people can identify with. For example, everyone has felt lonely at one time or another in their lives. So, they can understand Andrew's struggles and concerns. Even though the book deals with dark themes like death and loneliness, the book is actually very funny. Andrew often thinks in very creative and humorous ways. For example, when Andrew cooks meals, he often pretends he's the star of a TV cooking show. His mistakes are also funny.One time, he got nervous and told his boss he was married. However, he can't figure out a way to fix this lie, so he must keep pretending it is true many years later. The book also manages to touch readers' hearts. They get to experience how meeting Peggy lifts Andrew's spirits. Then, they get to follow along and root for them to fall in love.Some readers also found motivation in Andrew's attitude towards life. Although he is naturally a shy and lonely person, Andrew remains brave and doesn't give up hope for the future. Readers can use this inspiration for themselves to have something to live
for.So, Anthony, I have a question for you and for my friends listening. Are you afraid to die?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are like, no, I'm not afraid to die. Like, do you live a dangerous life? Like, maybe you will die? Like, I'm afraid to die. I think a lot of people don't like to say that. They want to say, no, I'm not afraid to die because I live a super good life. But...I don't know, if your life is super good, don't you want more of it?
Yeah, that's
how
right.
I feel. So yeah, I'm afraid to die. I don't want to die. I know I will die, and that's okay. But I don't want to die. It's okay to be afraid to die.
Yeah.
My grandma, when she died, she was really clear. She's like, I'm not ready to die. I don't want to die. And then she died. Like, I kind of respected that she wasn't trying to make everyone feel good. She's like, this really scares me. I kind of respect her opinion there.
没错，所以事实上呢，会怕死的话，基本上是任何人都也不要去特别去抗拒或是不承认。事实上，每个人都希望说能够活得健康又快乐，不是吗
？Yeah, well, my grandma was like screaming on the way out. Right? It wasn't that.
Oh, okay.
Right, let's continue. Something to Live For received excellent reviews because it deals with themes that people can identify with.
OK， 在这句话里面呢，我们来先看到 identify with。如果你今天讲说 identify with someone， 不知道各位你们有没有那种情况就是碰到一些看到韩剧啊、看到日剧啊，或一些那种片子的时候，你这个里面主角很可怜在哭，你也跟着他哭，为什么呢？因为你感同身受，你能完全体会他的心情、他的情绪，搞不好你也有类似有过的这种经验，所以这个时候你可以说 I can identify with the main character。所以在这个地方，整句话意思就是 something to live for。这部作品呢 receive excellent reviews， 它能得到广受好评的这个原因是因为 because it deals with themes that people can identify with。 因为他所处理的议题呢，很容易得到人们的共鸣。
Now, in English, we might say, I feel you. So identify with, 这个是比较正式, it's a little more formal. So younger people, or you listen to like a lot of NBA where you have some younger men that like to speak cool language, they'll say, I feel you. That really means I identify with you.
Yeah.
Then we have, it deals with. That just means it talks about something. Usually it's often something a little bit difficult. Let's continue. For example, everyone has felt lonely at one time or another in their lives.
没错，接下来下一句话就告诉你啦。For example, 举例来说吧，每一个人 everyone has felt lonely at one time or another in their lives. 你如果说 at one time or another, 意思就是或多或少，有的时候总是会感觉到怎么样，很寂寞嘛。在生命中，哪有人从来没有寂寞过呢？不太容易，对不对？
Don't forget that feel can use an adjective. 感官动词 uses adjectives, not adverbs. And 注意到 lonely has a Y here. Highlight that because we're going to see it again in paragraph 2. Let's continue. So they can understand, they can identify with, they can feel Andrew's struggles and concerns.
好，大家就说 所以说啦，每个人都有寂寞的时刻，对不对？所以他们能够，这个 they 指的是 everyone，OK？ They can understand Andrew's struggles and concerns. Struggles 就是那种挣扎，内心的挣扎，还有 concern 他的担忧，其实大家人们都感受得到。
If you watch like NBA or you watch like young cool Americans, they'll say the struggle is real. That's something you hear a lot from young people in America, meaning that there are some very difficult situations. Struggles just means difficulties. Concerns means worries.
没错，所以这边的话 struggles 你也可以用成 difficulties. The struggle is real, 对不对？好，常听人家这样说。
All right, well, with that, let's take a short break. All right, friends, welcome back to Enjoy English School. We're on day 2 of our book club article called Something to Live For. We're looking at pages 32 and 33 in our magazine. Now, earlier, Anthony, I asked you, are you afraid to die? And you guys can talk about that later. We both said, no, we understand that's what's going to happen, but we don't want to die.
Yeah.
Here's another question for you. Does life have a meaning?
Oh, does life have a meaning? Wow, what a question. Yeah, I think so.
Really? What's the meaning of life?
But it's only meaningful to myself.
Right.
Yeah, because it's just like my own story, and I watch this story unfolds itself. Yeah.
This is actually my point, but I disagree with you. Life does not have a meaning, and that's okay. Because think of all the living things that live for like a day or a week or maybe a couple months, and then they die. Like a bee lives for like 6 days.
Yeah.
What's the meaning of life to be a bee? So life doesn't have to have a meaning, but if you make one, that's good too.
Oh, I love that interpretation.
So it's like if we just live and die and we do nothing, that's okay. Now if you live and die and do great things, that's good too.
Yeah, that's true.
So, I don't know. That's the way I think about it. What is the meaning of life? How do you say that in Chinese?
生命的意义是什么？
就这样子吗？
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. 是什么? I don't know.
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Let's continue. Paragraph 2 begins with, even though the book deals with dark themes like death, 滑道, and loneliness, the book is actually very funny.
OK， 所以在这边的话，我们来看一下。也许你会想说，天哪，这么沉重的主题，我不要看了。可是他这段告诉你怎么说呢 ？Even though the book deals with dark themes， 这个 themes 指的是主题的意思 ，dark 就是比较暗黑的、比较黑暗的主题、比较沉重的主题 ，like death and loneliness。好，这个都是讲到孤独啦，或者死亡这种主题。但是哦，你要知道哦 ，the book is actually very funny。但事实上，这个书呢本身它内容还挺有趣的。
So we already saw this deals with in sentence 1 of paragraph 1, so it seems that this is a pretty useful sentence. Now, we also, in sentence 2 of paragraph 1, we had the word felt lonely, 孤独的, right? And 它结为 y. So I said to highlight that. Now draw a little line to the word loneliness here. Like the word happy, 它变成 noun 的时候 loneliness, happiness, 你要去那个 y 加 I-N-E-S-S, loneliness, happiness. 这个 ness, that means it's a noun.
没错，所以这边的话特别注意一下，把第一段那个 lonely 跟这个地方的 loneliness， 好，把这两个东西连在一起，那个 y 的话去掉变成 i， 然后再加 ness 这样的名词字尾。
Let's continue. Andrew often thinks in very creative and humorous ways.
好，他就说啦，Andrew often thinks in very creative and humorous ways. 他的这个视角，这个主角的视角其实还蛮有趣，而且还蛮有创意的哦。怎么说呢
？I'm so happy you said the word 很有趣. I'm so happy you said that, Anthony. So first of all, let's look at the word humorous. It's a little hard to say, humorous. And usually when foreigners talk about humor, we will say he or she has a good sense of humor, 好幽默感, right? Humorous and 有趣 interesting does not mean funny, okay? Funny means like 我笑出来 That's something that's funny, okay? But when something is humorous or interesting, 我们不一定会笑出来 but we like what we see and we want more of it, okay? 云霄飞车 roller coasters, not funny. You're not like, this is great. No, you're like, this is interesting. This is something fun to do. But 你没有笑出来, okay? It makes you feel excited. You know it's clever, but it won't make you laugh out loud. So humorous and interesting are very 明确的字 in English.
没有错，在这个地方的话，老师特别解释了 fun 跟 funny 这两个字的差异，在使用上 interesting, humorous 这些字的差异哦。
All right, let's go. Andrew cooks meals. He often pretends he's the star of a cooking show, of a TV cooking show.
所以你看到他这边就举例了 For example, when Andrew cooks meals, 好，他每次在做菜的时候呢 he often pretends, 他都会假装He's the star of a TV cooking show. 感觉上很像是那种电视剧，厨神当道。Gordon Ramsay, for example. 好，然后我在做菜这样，他就自己会幻想自己是这个主角，在电视里头是这个大厨在做菜。
What would you call your cooking show?
I don't know. I don't cook.
You don't cook? Yeah, I'm not really a good cook either. I help my wife prepare the food. Yeah, so I think like I wouldn't have a cooking TV show. I would have like a show where you prepare the food for the chef. That's called a sous chef. Was it S-O-U?
S-O-U-S.
Yeah. Oh, a sous, S-O-U-S, because French, right?
Yes.
What does sous mean, too?
It means under.
Oh, under. Okay,
yes.
There we go. So I'd be like, cooking with sous chef Chris. 你切蔬菜 with Chris.
Yeah, 跟我一起切蔬菜，然后主角是 Chris.
You don't cook anything, you just cut.
Yeah. 很疗愈耶，现在要很疗愈耶。
All right, let's go. His mistakes are also funny.
His mistakes are also funny. 意思是他如果做了一些错的动作啊，或者是哎呀切错了，他也觉得也很好笑这样子。
All right, one time he got nervous and told his boss he was married.
他这个地方指的这个错不只是切菜而已，他后面讲说他有时候碰到的一些那种状况，他犯了一些错，也会让人觉得捧腹大笑。比方他举个例子了 ，One time he got nervous， 他觉得好紧张。有一次 ，and told his boss he was married， 好，他就告诉他说，因为我结婚了，他骗他的老板说他结婚了。
So we have get, got, gotten plus an adjective. If you can 越来越多 some adjective, then we can use got plus adjective. So you can get older because 你越来越大。But 你没办法变得更年轻 right? 你可以看起来更年轻 but 你没办法变得更年轻 So we can't say get younger. That doesn't make sense. Okay? Let's continue. However, he can't figure out a way to fix this lie, so he must keep pretending it is true many years later.
OK， 好，所以在这边的话，一紧张说错了话，告诉他这个老板说，因为我已经结婚了，但是事实上呢，又没办法去把这个谎给圆起来。However, he can't figure out a way to fix this lie. 所以这个地方 fix this lie 就是把这个谎给补起来。所以说呢 ，so he must keep pretending it's true, it is true. 他就必须继续假装他是一个已婚人士。然后 many years later， 从那个说谎那一刻到之后好几年，他都必须假装我是一个有。已结婚的人
invite your wife. She's busy, right?
She's busy.
So, you know what? Honestly, I thought of this, and I think this is something people do. They want to sound better to friends, but now they're stuck with this lie. So what do? You just say, you know what? Like, I was really nervous at that time, and I didn't want to sound like 我没有成功，还是我没结婚有点不好意思。你已经几岁了还没结婚 I made up a lie. I'm really sorry. I won't do it again. I feel to me, you just own that. And if you are straightforward and you are very honest, I think everyone can understand and say, they can think 他们自己一辈子有没有受更夸张, right? They like exaggerate a little bit. So you just own it and say, you know what? I was really nervous. You're my boss, and I wanted to impress you. I don't have a wife. I'm sorry. I promise you, I'm a very honest person, but I was nervous and I made a mistake. I'm sorry.
Wow, honesty is the best policy. 好，就是还是诚实的说就好。如果在日常生活中你也碰过类似的现象，当下说错的话，当下说了一个谎，但事后的话可以私底下好好的跟他承认，他说当时我太紧张了，我说错话了。但这边的话，我要跟你讲实话是这样。
Yeah, I think people respect if you make a mistake and they say it was my mistake.
的确。
Let's get ready for our final paragraph. Hey everyone, welcome back to Enjoy English School. Let's finish up our final paragraph on pages 32 and 33. The book also manages to touch readers' hearts, which sounds terrible, but it's good.
OK， 来，所以这边的话，第3段这个地方他就讲到说 ，The book also manages to touch readers' hearts， 意思就是它能够触动我们的心。你可以想象，老师刚刚讲说 ，Which sounds terrible， 你看，想象一下这个心在这边，然后你就一直碰它，一直碰它，这样听起来好恐怖，但事实上是好事，对不对？好 ，When you manage to do something, usually it's something difficult。如果你今天讲说 manage to， 好，后面接个动词的话，往往后面这件事情不是那么容易做到的，但是这本书成功的做到了触动人心这个任务。
So think of like 2 puppy dogs sleeping together, like or a kitten jumping on your legs because it wants to sleep. That like you just feel, oh, that's right.
Yeah.
It touches your heart. Let's continue. They get to experience how meeting Peggy lifts Andrew's spirits.
好，他就说 they get to experience 这个 they 指的是 readers get to experience how meeting Peggy lifts Andrew's spirits 这个地方把 meeting Peggy 给框起来，这句话 meeting Peggy 这里头是主词，碰到 Peggy 这件事情 lifts Andrew's spirits 意思就是能够突然间让他觉得人生有了希望，好像把他的精神啊，他的那种活力啊，整个都提起来的感觉。lift 本身就有举起的意思。When you lift one's spirits， 意思让他非常非常开心、非常雀跃的感觉。
There's a lot of grammar here. So meeting Peggy is it, right? This action. So lift 要加 s, and then Andrew 这个要所有个 Andrew's, and then spirits. We probably know the word like ghost. We can also say spirit and soul. 都是灵魂, but this spirit more is like your energy, your 精神 here. So we're going to say spirits with an S. This is always plural. We wouldn't say lift Andrew's spirit. We have to say spirits. If it's singular, it sounds like we're giving his ghost energy. Yeah, that's what it feels like.
这样子哦，所以说基本上，如果你今天提到说他的精神呢，整个都活起来了，你要用加上 s 的 spirits。这样才对，不然有很多时候 spirit 当光用单数的时候，感觉上好像是他的灵，他的那个什么鬼啊，鬼魂灵精神啊，好可怕哦。
All right, let's go. Then they get to follow along and root for them to fall in love.
Yeah, 所以接下来就说 then they get to follow along and root for them to fall in love. Root for someone, that means you support that person.
You cheer.
Yeah, you cheer for them. 所以这个地方 them 指的意思 root for them 指的是这个 Peggy 还有我们主角 Andrew 很希望这些读者呢都会很乐意的去参与这整个故事的过程，然后最后希望在一起这种感觉。
Some readers also found motivation in Andrew's attitude towards life.
好，接下来就说了 Some readers also found motivation 这个字的意思就很像是鼓舞啊、激励啊、灵感的那种感觉，好像感觉上你的人生中有一股力量把你重新拉起来，对不对？好 ，In Andrew's attitude towards life 指的意思就是Andrew 他看待生命的这种角度啊、看法、观点，让有些读者也觉得说好，重新找到了活力。
Although he is naturally a shy and lonely person,Andrew remains brave and doesn't give up hope for the future.
好，所以在这里面呢，虽然我们的主角 Andrew 他是一个naturally a shy and lonely person， 他又是一个害羞，然后呢又很孤独的人，但是 Andrew 怎么样 ？Remains brave and doesn't give up hope for the future， 但是对未来仍然抱持的希望，没有放弃希望，而且会很勇敢。
Readers can use this inspiration for themselves to have something to live for.
好，最后他就说了 readers， 好，所以读这些书的这个读者呢 can use this inspiration， 能够用这样子的灵感从他身上找到一些启发 for themselves， 给他们生活当中呢 to have something to live for， 找到他们自己生命中的意义。
Now, the word inspiration, it kind of gives you energy to do something, but we can underline that S-P-I-R-A there. And that's spira. Spira actually is the Latin word for your breath, 口气, because if you're dead, you don't breathe. So when you have breath, you can have energy. And if we kind of play with the word spira, we can see the word spirit. So your ghost gives you the energy. When your ghost leaves you when you die, you don't breathe anymore, you are dead.
哦，所以这边的话呢，在这个 inspiration 里面 spira 就是个 S-P-I-R-A 这个地方呢，其实就是拉丁文里面的这个呼吸，你的气息。所以如果你今天把这个字句调动一下，你会发现到哦 spirit 里面它也是顺序不太一样而已，它就是当你的里面的灵魂离开你的身体之后，你就没气了，所以它们彼此都是相通的。
That's right. And let's get ready for our vocab review. All right, friends, it is time for vocab review. And our first phrase today is to identify with somebody or something. I feel you.
没错，就是对对方的那种情绪感同身受。
Let's continue with number 2. It's an adjective, humorous.
就是幽默的意思。
We can also say have a good sense or a bad sense of humor.
A good sense of humor 就是很有幽默感 ，bad sense of humor 就是这个幽默感很怪。
Number 3, to fix something.
To fix something 就是去修理什么东西。
Okay, now number 4, we're going to break these into little pieces. Number 4 is to lift.
To lift 就是把东西举起来。
And next we have a spirit.
A spirit 可以指的是一个人的这个精神、鬼魂等等。
Now, let's put them together. To lift somebody's possessive spirits.
所以如果今天你说 lift one's spirits， 就是提振他的精神，让他觉得很雀跃。
这个要所有个 you need possession and you need spirits, plural S. Let's continue. To root for somebody or something to do something.
To root for somebody to do something 就是去支持他，为他加油，然后让他去做一件事情。
In our story, we said we root for them to fall in love.
To root for them to fall in love 就是鼓励他们，哎呀，在一起这种感觉。
And then we have to remain.
To remain 这个字往往后面可以接的东西很多，多半是接形容词，当然后面也可以接名词啊等等，就是保持在什么样的状态。
Well, unfortunately for us, we can't remain here. We're out of time. But that doesn't mean we won't catch you next time on Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Anthony.
We'll see you then. Bye-bye.